Hi, nobody here with Dave Attell, my guest star tonight. He shall be discussing with me our opposing opinions on the art of debating. I'll let you have the opening argument.
Yeah, so here we have tonight two opposing views on debating. Shall we actually debate, or is debating at all just completely useless? I'm going to say it's completely useless.
Really, you don't think that the act of debating gives the ability for each opposing view to maybe see a common middle ground or possibly even a common ground?
That all depends. Sometimes there's not actually any kind of common ground for a lot of issues. There is actually a fair amount of black and white in the world.
Yes, a fair amount. And yellow and red. We are not racist here.
Yes, of course not.
Yes, I have found that there are a lot of people that do seem to think that debating is completely and entirely useless. Arguing seems to be more the direction they choose to go. Difference being, I'm right, you're wrong, as opposed to, let's see what we each have to say.
Well, my main sticking point is that there's no objective way to know that you can actually know anything. There's actually an idea called last Thursdayism, which is that there's no way to tell whether the Earth was actually created last Thursday, all memories and everything intact. There's no way to know that. It's impossible to technically know anything. There's no way to know whether you're just a brain sitting in a jar being probed with electricity. No way to know that you don't in fact live in the Matrix. So I tend to start with the philosophical assumption that nothing is knowable.
Nothing is true, nothing exists?
Not necessarily. Not that it's that we can't know that anything exists. And it's more like, Descartes' I think, therefore I am. You basically just assume that reality exists because that's the only way you can do anything.
That's understandable. Just take reality for granted and hope you get by that way.
Yeah,
Ignorance is bliss style.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, really, what other option do we have?
The other option we have is to just demand that we know everything is real. It's real because I can touch it. It's real because I can smell it. It's real because I can see it on paper, which is what your boss believes. They're crazy. So the opposing opinion of the thought of accepting the possibility that nothing exists is the actual knowing that everything does exist, period, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Yes. I have no idea really what you're getting with that. Okay, no, that's good. Okay, let's suss this out here. Okay, so you're saying essentially we can assume that things exist because we can touch them. We know we have to basically assume that things exist
if we want our sanity.
If we want, yeah, okay. Well, here's the thing: how do we know that the guy in the mental asylum that says he's Jesus isn't actually in fact Jesus?
I'll have to concur with you on that one. I agree. Yes.
So necessarily just because you're experiencing something definitely does not mean that that's in fact reality.
Well, it also doesn't mean in fact that it isn't.
Yeah, true.
As you just stated, he may very well be the reincarnation, the promised second coming of Jesus.
So, and his plans just get all screwed up.
And he's totally screwed because none of us believe it.
He's just institutionalized.
Just in case. Well, that goes without saying, though.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't say it. I'm just going to
goes
assume
without
you
saying.
knew what I was going to say.
Yes, goes without saying.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I, when I was growing up, actually had a theory similar to that. I called it the koosh ball theory, okay? And the idea was, what if? I've got a lot of what if mentality. I always have. I like to question things. I like to think about the way things work and whatnot. And my what if scenario was, what if these bodies that we are in are not real, okay? What if everything around me, and I use me only for the form of example, so in fact, just so I don't sound like a self-centered prick, I'm going to use you as the example, okay? What if you are really a koosh ball? All right, for those of you that are too young to know what a koosh ball is, it's a little rubbery ball that's like, it's like a...
They're going to be the next cool thing.
They were. And they were for a little while. I mean,
for about 2 years.
You can still actually buy
I had like
them.
8 of them.
Really?
Yeah, I was trying to learn how to juggle. I failed miserably.
Juggling koosh balls. That would have been interesting. Look it up if you don't know, and then imagine somebody juggling them. Even if juggling's not entertaining to you, that's entertainment. All right. So imagine, in reality, on the world you really live in, you're a koosh ball. You got hit by a truck, a little koosh truck. and you got put into the hospital, and you're in a coma, okay? And now everything in the world around you that you see, everything, is symbolic of something. If you're looking up at the time and the time is 5:03, I don't know where I'm going with that particular example. Okay.
Sure.
I used to be able to explain this a lot better. I had a neighbor that I explained it to who apparently was very interested in it, to the extent that when I blew out the candle really freaked her out. That's what I was told. I lit a candle, and I'm like, all right, see, so this could be symbolic of your actual existence, and the act of blowing it out means you cease to be. And she freaked out and went, light it again! Light it again! Okay. Again, it's been a very long time since I've even thought about this, so my examples aren't as fresh and new as they used to be. But every person that you encounter is one of two things. And for lack of better words, we will call them angels and demons. Okay? Every person you meet is either an angel or a demon. Okay? They are either angels who are trying to help you find your way out so that you can go back to your little kooshball world, or they're the devils that are trying to keep you here, that are all like, no, we like having you here, because they're the ones that are aware that when you wake up, we cease to exist. I only have memories, and this is what made me think of it, was your last Thursday thing. The only reason I have memories of what I've done in the last 3 days is because you need those memories to exist in here to be spurted out in case you have information you need. Okay? So, the 4 categories are angels, angels in disguise, demons in disguise, and demons. There will be the demons that look like angels, and they will be trying their damnedest to make it look like they're trying to help you when really they're dragging you back. And then there are the angels in disguise who are trying to be like, yeah, all right, this looks bad, but that's because I think you'll go with it better if you're a bad boy. You probably like it better if I'm all like, hey, this is naughty, let's do this, as opposed to just being all like, this is the way.
So is the goal essentially to wake up?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, the entire goal is to return to your kooshball family who's crying little rubber tears because you're sitting on that hospital bed in a coma.
You want to know what's really weird?
Hmm.
That's like a description you would use to a 5-year-old to say what Scientology is about. That's literally almost exactly what Scientology is about, except it uses kooshballs, angels, and demons instead of thetans, Lord Zenu, and whatnot.
Fascinating. So for the record, no, I am not under this any kind of this religion sort or any type. This is just my brain looking at things from different angles that most people don't tend to think about. Apparently, a lot of people tend to think about this one, just not in my warped view. Well, my psych eval did say I had to warp you in reality, so.
Hey, fair enough. Well, you did invent that entirely by yourself, so.
Yeah.
You just didn't make a multi-million-dollar religion out of it, which is sad. Which is sad.
Probably could have, too. When did Scientology come into play? Because I was 17, 18 maybe?
God, I want to say 80s. L. Ron Hubbard was a writer in the late 70s, early 80s, I think. But the religion didn't actually start till like the 80s. And it didn't actually catch on really with anybody till like 1990. There was those commercials for Dianetics on TV. You ever see that?
No.
No? Okay, never mind then. Yeah, no. It was an alt psychology book.
The only reason I even know the word psychology, thanks, is because you just said it, and I'm just no. The only reason I only know Scientology, thank you, line, is from the books of my favorite author, who I'm not sure by the legalities on YouTube if I'm allowed to even say the name. F. Paul Wilson. He does a certain book series about Repairman Jack, and it's just such an amazing book series. Like, I've taken those books and read the entire novel in one sitting because they're so good. You know what I mean? Oh, because they're just so good. And yeah, one of the things that plays into the big scheme. And that's the beauty of it. It's such a huge scheme. If you were into fiction, I would recommend it to you. The huge web that he has woven with these books, Scientology comes into it, and that's the only reason I even know that that's something. And that's all I know about it. So.
Yeah, I wish I could give fiction a better go. I don't know. I used to work in a bookstore, get paid to read. Fiction just does not hit me. I don't know. It's weird. I wish it did, and I really do.
On the other hand, this guy's about 15 times smarter than me in reality, and I'm about 50 times smarter in the fiction section.
Yeah, it's like a muscle.
Yeah.
I literally just spent all day reading stuff, so it's like, yeah, it's just the sheer vast amount of knowledge that you tend to accumulate after years of reading random junk, you know. Whereas you tend to be better at other things because you actually spend your time doing something.
Mostly because I'm insane.
That too.
Mostly because I'm insane.
That's okay.
We'll actually talk more about that one later. This video is running a little. Actually, this will be the longest video yet, but I'm going to watch it back, see what we like, and if you guys at home like it, if you like the idea of interacting with another person, find that more entertaining, let me know in the comments below. Hit the like, subscribe, and...
I don't like interacting with anybody else. Never. Don't do it.
But you like interacting with nobody, that's what you're saying, right?
Fair enough.